Danny Segura for MMAfighting.com next to Dustin Poirier, who will be fighting Jim Miller at UFC 208. Dustin, this is obviously a very exciting matchup between two very exciting fighters, but perhaps not that many people saw it come together. Is this a fight that you wanted? Is this a fight that you were pursuing, or how did this come about?
You know, I was asking for guys in the top 10. I was asking for pretty much everybody in the top 10. And all guys were either booked already or not booking at the moment for I don't know whatever reasons. But then the name Jim Miller came up, and he's a guy who's been in some crazy fights, a lot of fight of the nights, always fun to watch. Been around a long time and always been relevant, always been near the top of the pack. He's not ranked in the top 10, but he's a guy I grew up watching. You know, the guy's got 25 fights in the UFC. So I'm excited to fight guys like that, guys that go out there and put it all on the line.
Yeah, that's something I wanted to ask you. He's not ranked. Obviously, you're now in the top 10. I'm assuming you want to climb up the ladder. Does it make it sort of hard to accept this kind of fight just because, he isn't ranked, although, he is a big name or a name in the lightweight division?
Obviously, man, rankings are important in getting a title shot. You know, you want to climb up and be the number one ranked guy so you can get that shot at the title. But I'm a fighter, and that's what I do for a living. And so is Jim Miller. And he always has exciting fights, and those are the fights I want to be part of. So this is just exciting. You know, it's going to be a great fight.
Now, he sort of had a resurgence of a career, and he's been on quite a streak now. Have you been able to sort of watch that progress, and what do you make of it?
Yeah, I believe he's put 3 fights together, 3 wins in a row over, good guys. Thiago Alves obviously is a legend. So is Gomi. So he's got some big wins right there in his last 3. I hope people get ready for the fight against Miller. So I watched that one, and yeah, he's put together some good performances.
So, obviously, two very exciting fighters. How do you see this fight going, and how do you think you match up with his style of fighting?
You know, he takes advantage of any opportunity he gets. He'll jump on your neck, your arm, leg. He's always swinging for the fences. So he's looking to finish the fight anywhere, and so am I. And that's what makes this fight. That's what's going to make this fight fun to watch. I'm going to be looking to submit him. He's doing the same. I'm looking to knock him out. He's doing the same. So, no telling where this fight's going to take place, but I'm prepared to go anywhere.
Now, you're in a division that's very interesting right now. Conor McGregor, the champion. He's out. You fought him before. You have some history with him, and now Khabib is fighting Tony Ferguson for the interim title. What do you make of that whole situation? And do you think this interim title was necessary?
Uh, it's hard to say. I think they could have just had the number one contender fight, let those 2 guys fight, and then when Conor comes back, fight for the belt. But that's out of my hands. I don't make those decisions. But the lightweight division right now is kind of foggy, I believe. What's Eddie Alvarez going to do? Dos Anjos moving up. Nate Diaz waiting for big fights. Still sitting in the middle of the rankings. So I think over this year, it's going to get cleared up a little bit.
Now, obviously, I said you had some history with Conor McGregor. He's the champion. Obviously, if he goes on and defend his belt, is that something, apart from, fighting for the title, is that something you would want to get now that he's at the lightweight division, that rematch, to sort of avenge that loss?
For sure. I, of course, try to leave emotions out of it, but getting a chance to beat somebody who has a win over you is always, something I want to do. There's a few guys on my record I would love a rematch with, and Conor being one of them. And what kind of great Cinderella story would that be if I get to fight him for the belt one day?
And lastly, obviously you had a very good career at 145 pounds. You move up to lightweight and you've continued to find success. And now fighters are sort of starting to go up in weight class and fight at their natural weight. We've seen Donald Cerrone. You mentioned Rafael dos Anjos. What are your thoughts on that? And can you talk a little bit about sort of fighting at your own natural weight? And do you think that's sort of going to become a trend now moving on forward?
I hope so. It's better for our well-being, and we can put on better fights. It's better for the sport and for our bodies, man. I naturally walk around in the high 170s, 178, 180. I was cutting down to 45. Now I'm fighting 10 pounds closer to my natural weight. So my body feels better. I'm recovering better after training. I'm putting the right nutrients in. I'm not counting calories, and I feel great.
Well, Dustin, thank you for your time and best of luck in your fight against Jim Miller.